Trash too before the first snap.
Who isn't, getting a little bit of that trash talk out there, really? But yeah, me and Jake are. It's always a one-on-one battle every day with me and him. Who can be who can get to point A to point B quicker, So love competing against Jake every day.
How good was it to see Dre?
I mean, it's good. I've been seeing him all off season. Him doing his rehab here, me training here. So I've been following him along, keeping the spirits high. He's been doing great. Rehab's going amazing. So it's good to see him out there, throw the ball around a little bit. It's fun.
Concerning it all to not see Trent Williams out there today?
Of course. I mean, shoot, that's one of our best players, one of our leaders, But we understand the business side of it. This is our first rodeo. This is a curse and a blessing to have this many great players part of our team. And so, we'll get it figured out.
You've seen Eric be asked to take a pay cut, didn't get cut. Juszczyk got a pay cut. Do you guys, does that kind of give an alert throughout the locker that finances are getting a little tight in there?
No, I wouldn't say so. We don't focus on those things. As players, we just focus on being the best version of ourselves. Every year it's different. The team's different. Even though you want to, believe that, the team is as similar as it was the year before or the year before that. It's always a new team every single year. You got your core players, but I mean, it's always a new team. You got to. This is the time during training camp to really, bond the team together and bring the new guys along. Guys who've been here, continuing to set the standard and uphold it. So we're not worried about any of that other stuff.
It's only been one practice, but you're really excited about D. Winters and how he was during OTAs. How do you look today?
It's a little different when you're actually out there running around versus just being on the sideline watching. So I got to watch the tape. But, I mean, like I said before, super excited about D, and his progress as a player, going from year one to year two. That's always when, you want to see a player take that jump in their game. And he's setting himself up great to continue to make that step.
Patrick Willis getting inducted next week into the Hall of Fame as a fellow linebacker. What sort of stood out about the way he played the game?
One of the best to ever do it. When you talk about linebacker play, you're always going to talk about the way that it's supposed to be, the game's supposed to be played at that position. And he did it through and through with the tenacity, the speed, the violence. You talk about what the league has kind of evolved into, and linebackers who can do it all and who run the 4.4. I mean, I don't run 4.4, but he ran 4.4, and so. That type of linebacker playing with that speed, that violence, the physicality that you want to see. He did it at such a high level here, and that's what I'm always chasing. I'm so happy for him getting that gold jacket, super well deserved.
Brad Kittle was touting Sorensen yesterday, and I know you're a fan of Sorensen. Why is Nick the right guy for this job right now?
I feel like he's just taking the right steps. He came in, was super humble, obviously played the game for a really long time, really smart cat. But just because you play the game for a long time doesn't mean you automatically translate into a great coach. But the ones that I've seen who've been great, like the D'Amico Ryans of the world, are guys who can teach the game, right? And so who can also stand in front of a group of men and command the room. And we saw that with how he did the ball meeting in front of the team. And he's just been such a knowledgeable guy to learn from myself, having him a part of the group. And so when he got the elevation to be in DC, I knew it was going to be a perfect fit, and I'm really excited to have him leading our group.
Does Brock look bulked up to you from the Super Bowl?
Yeah. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Yeah, sure. Yeah, he's looking like a third-year veteran. You know what I'm saying? He's carrying himself with that confidence, man, and I'm super excited for Brock, obviously having the full off season to get better, and being the guy. He knows that. So I'm super excited for Brock.
The run defense wasn't up to the team standard last year. Is that a point of emphasis this year, and how's it looking so far?
Yeah, man, I feel like there's a bunch of different areas that we can improve from last season. Run defense being one of them. And, I feel like the great thing about training camp is you got to continue to stack days. Not one day is not going to define you in a training camp practice, but you got to continue to see where, things went wrong in a day, or what you can do better and correct your mistakes. I mean, that's how you continue to grow as a player and as a defense, as a group, as a team, is continuing to grow and strive to get better every single day.
Yeah, you are among a handful of guys who've gone through every single of these recent excruciating playoff losses. At any point during that, have you ever said, I don't know if we're ever going to win a Super Bowl?
Nah. I understand the question, but it's like, I talk about it often. It's one of those things where you can't go into a year thinking like, damn, like I hope we can make that next step, right? Like you go into it, you want to obviously give yourself a chance to begin with the type of players that you're bringing onto the team. You want to instill a culture within that team, you know, to be able to even make it to the tournament. And then once you get there, you want to play the best football you can in order to give yourself a chance to win that game, right? And it's only one game. This isn't the NBA Finals where you get 7 chances. Like, you got one game to play at your best, and every single rep in that game counts, right? So, I mean, the last thing on our mind is just making it back there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're trying to put together the best team possible for when, if and when that moment does come, we got to be the best version of ourselves when we get there.
And
You talked about in the past, kind of that climb, what it takes to get back to that point. Does it, because you've done it so many times, does it feel more daunting, or is it like, hey, at least I know what it takes to get there? Like, how do you kind of reconcile that?
Yeah, I mean, it's brutal. I'll be honest, you know, just complete honesty. It's brutal because, like, you know, in order to get to where you want to go, like this part right here that we're in, it's got to suck. That's point blank, period. Like, it's got to hurt. It's got to suck. If it doesn't, that means you're not doing it hard enough. You're not doing it right, especially the way that we do it here with the 49ers. Like, it's got to be physical. You're going to be tired. And, you know, and you do that every single day for a long period of time, then you build a callus and you continue to strive as a group to be the best version of yourselves. And I know if we're doing that better than all the other 32 teams, then I think we're going to give ourselves the best chance to win games on Sundays.
working with your position group, was it good to see Ronald Blair out there?
Oh yeah, man. I seen Blaireau yesterday. I said, man, congrats, you know, getting the spot and being on the team. So it's so great to have him. I know he's going to help the group a lot.
The coaching staff.
You know, just energy. You know, being a young guy and being so knowledgeable about the game. You know, I remember Coach Saleh. He loved Ronald as a player just because of what he could do mentally, being able to do it all, doing things the right way. And I think he can help a lot of the young guys and even some of the veterans to continue to strive to be their best self.
I know you had moments in the offseason where, you know, obviously a presence like Eric Armstead isn't here anymore, but being that today's the first day of training camp, do you kind of feel that void there?
No, I mean, like I said before, you know, the team's different every year. I love Eric to death, man. He was a huge part of what we did. Obviously, was a Niner through and through in the way that he did things. You know, he's moved on to Jacksonville, and so we got to obviously continue to strive to progress, you know, as a group on defense, obviously in that D-line room. But guys step up every single year, you know, and take on new roles. And, you know, I don't got to do anything different on my side. I just do what I do. But I'm really excited about that D-line group and who we have.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Cool. Thanks, guys.